Hey guys, Chad here from Take It or Leave It, here with the upcoming movies that are releasing in October. And the main purpose for this section is to give you guys a one-stop shop for figuring out what's coming out, when, like what day, and where you can find these films. Alright, with that down, let's get into the first week of October. On October 1st, we have Come Home, The Deserving, The Curse of the Necklace, Strange Darling, Down Below, and Speak No Evil. Then on the 3rd, we have Hold Your Breath, Salem's Lot, House of Spoils, and The Problem with People. And bear with me here because there are a ton of movies coming out on October 4th, starting with The Platform 2, Little Bites, Spin the Bottle, Crazy House, Haunt Season, Frankie Frico, The Forest Hills, Monster Summer, Operation Blood Hunt, The Wait, VHS Beyond, It's What's Inside, The Radleys, Red Rooms, Joker Folie à Deux, The Outrun, The Veil, and Things Will Be Different. Listen, I'm as excited as the next horror fan for all the horror movies coming out in October, but can't we spread it out just a little bit? What's so special about the 4th anyway? At any rate, going over a couple standouts here, Strange Darling was one of my favorite films of the year so far, so definitely check it out. And I heard some pretty good things about Speak No Evil, the remake. I was kind of surprised, but you know, McAvoy is apparently really good in it, so maybe it's worth seeing. Then there's Frankie Frico, which is done by the guys who did Psycho Gorman and The Void, and both of those are great, so I'm definitely excited to see what they're doing with this throwback Frankie Frico movie. Then there's The Wait, which critics described as a surreal and nightmarish macabre descent into hell. So yeah, color me interested. And I'm getting pretty excited for VHS Beyond because I'm hearing great things about this 7th entry. Seriously, how cool is that? You know, the 7th entry is still getting really good reviews. I mean, it's actually got an upward trajectory. Like, that never happens in horror. Good for you, VHS. Then there's Red Rooms, which is a dark thriller that I definitely recommend you check out. Then there's one of the biggest, if not the biggest standout of October, which is Joker Folie à Deux. And look, I like the first movie a lot, you know, not really as a Joker movie. I mean, it really has nothing to do with the Joker. It's really just like a taxi driver film. Frankly, I kind of hate that they associated the Joker with it, but you know, that's my issue. But I enjoyed it nonetheless, and I am curious about this Joker sequel, but I'm not getting my hopes up based on earlier reviews that I'm seeing. And the last standout for the first week of October is Things Will Be Different. And I gotta tell you, when I saw this time-twisting puzzle box of a film is executive produced by Benson and Moorhead, I'm not kidding, I literally thrust my fists into the air, and yeah, it's kind of embarrassing, but you know, I was pumped, what can I tell you? And moving on to the second week of October, we have Slasher, Hellboy the Crooked Man, and The Unraveling all coming out on the 8th, followed by Caddo Lake and The Apprentice coming out on the 10th. And then on the 11th, we have Mr. Crockett, Daddy's Head, Puzzle Box, Falling Stars, Terrifier 3, Saturday Night, The Silent Hour, and Bad Genius. And then on the 12th, we have All You Need Is Blood. And look, I'm not gonna lie, I kinda like the low-budget horror first trailer for Hellboy the Crooked Man, but at the same time, I'm not gonna put my money on it. Some other standouts include Caddo Lake, which is a sci-fi thriller that is produced by the Shamhammer, no less. And I'm not really sure what to make of that, you know? I mean, the second to last film that this guy produced was The Watchers, and holy shit, we saw how that went. But another one that caught my eye was Daddy's Head, which I was getting some Goodnight Mommy, Hereditary, and Invisible Man vibes from, and it's a Shudder original, so keep an eye out for that one. Puzzle Box is another found footage film from the production company Welcome Villain, so I'm definitely rooting for that one. And then there's Falling Stars, which XYZ Films is attached to, so yeah, I'm in from the jump. And then obviously we gotta mention Terrifier 3, and I mean Art the Clown Invades Christmas? Yeah, I'm in. But now we're moving on to the third week of October, starting with 9 Windows and Alien Romulus, both coming out on the 15th. And then on the 18th, we have I Will Never Leave You Alone, Die Alone, Woman of the Hour, Rumors, Children of the Pines, Rippy, Smile 2, Ghost Game, Anora, and Flight Risk. Some standouts obviously include Alien Romulus, which I've been waiting for a while to come out on PVOD, but I should have guessed it's gonna be right before Halloween, duh. Then there's Woman of the Hour, and this is based on a true story of a real-life serial killer that shows up on The Dating Game in 1978. I'm legit fascinated by this. Check it out. Also worth noting is Rippy, which looks like a very self-aware Australian B-movie schlock film that could be entertaining as hell for horror fans, especially in October. And obviously some people are very excited about Smile 2, and I gotta tell you though, I'm not totally sold on this yet. The trailers have not won me over, but hopefully it delivers. And lastly, Anora is another A24 film, so it's certainly worth a look. And moving on to the last week and a half of October, starting on the 23rd, we have Family Pack. Then on the 25th, we have Don't Move, Azrael, Your Monster, 1 Million Followers, Conclave, Magpie, Nickel Boys. And to finish off October, we have Amityville, Where the Echo Lives, Time Cut, and Bambi the Reckoning coming out on the 29th, 30th, and 31st, respectively. The premise for Don't Move really stood out to me. It's a thriller that follows a seasoned killer as he injects a grieving woman with a paralytic agent. Once this happens, the clock starts and she must run, fight, and hide before her body shuts down, which sounds pretty fun. Then there's Azrael, and I'm hearing great things about this post-apocalyptic horror film. That is, if you can look past it basically being a dialogue-free film. But the fact that it's directed by the guy who did Cheap Thrills, yeah, I think he's definitely going to be able to hold our attention long enough, even if it's dialogue-free. Then there's Conclave, and I have it on good authority from a buddy of mine who saw this at Telluride and said it's definitely a winner. Then we've got Magpie, and I'm interested in seeing Daisy Ridley in something other than frickin' Star Wars, obviously, let alone a cold, twisty thriller. Should be interesting. And the last standout of October is obviously Bambi the Reckoning, and I'm genuinely intrigued to see what this first non-poo movie of the Pooniverse. Is that how you say it? The Pooniverse? Yeah, I think that's how you say it. The Pooniverse. And look, I'm not, holding out hope for this thing, but I am curious how it's going to turn out. But considering how Blood and Honey 1 and 2 did, I'm not going to hold my breath. But those are just my thoughts. Take it or leave it. What do you guys think? What are you most excited about that's coming out in October? My most anticipated film of the month, I think I actually forgot to mention, and it's Hold Your Breath. It comes out on the 3rd. Sarah Paulson's in it, and it's a supernatural horror film that takes place during the Dust Bowl. And yeah, supernatural horror based off a real-life natural disaster, and dude, I'm there day one. I'm so excited about it. But what are you most excited about that's coming out in October? Let me know down in the comments section. Let's talk about it. And if you enjoyed this video, but you want more information about what's on my watch list, what I'm currently watching, the kind of ratings I'm giving these films, as well as upcoming releases I'm looking forward to, don't forget to follow me on track.tv. My username is TIOLI_reviews. The link is in the description box. Go ahead and click it and start following me on Tracked, and I look forward to seeing you over there. And as usual, guys, thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I really appreciate it. Don't be afraid to hit that like and subscribe button. And until next time, I'm Chad from Take It or Leave It, and I'll check you later.
Check you later. Check you later.
Hey, man, get off my case.
Oh, man. Chicks don't want to hear that shit.